Hi, welcome. It's day 46. Today we got a couple of stuff to talk about in terms of crypto, so why don't we get into it? This is, I don't know why I had that there, ignore that. Um, Starting off with Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin is currently, is it really 0%? It's at 0%. We're at the exact same level we were yesterday, and it's at $60,784. There we go. We're up 0.01% right now. That's the first time I've ever seen that, at least. We do have a couple of stuff to talk about. The Democratic Nominee Convention, whatever it's called. Today's the final day for that. A couple of stuff that Trump said. A couple of stuff that's going on in Ukraine, Russia. No news for Iran. Same old news, I guess, of them saying, oh, we're going to attack whenever we want. Whatever. We'll get to that when we come to that. We also have to talk about some CEOs from Tron, from Binance. Got some news on those guys today. So we'll be covering all of that. How about we jump into it? We did have a couple of trades over here. None of them are active. No orders are open, which is a good thing. A lot of losses. What was the last thing I wrote down? Let me check. It was Chainlink. Okay, so we had all this covered over here. We had to talk about Binance, not Bitcoin, losing 100 each. But we actually made 300 over here in Tron by shorting Tron. And we do have some news about Tron, so we'll get to that in a moment. I do want to confirm where everything is at. Bitcoin is currently considered still in a downtrend, so I do have to note that down. I will here. And I'll neutralize the rest of the stuff on my charts. Do we have any opportunities? That's what I want to check. And I should enable this. Let's see. We kind of are getting one soon, it seems like. Although I'm not sure about the fact that Bitcoin has been trekking upwards a little bit. So we're probably going to have to wait there. Okay, so we can give it some time. Let's go review some other markets. Ethereum is up 0.42%. Not a lot of movement in total today. Binance is the only one that's moving because we got some news from that. And I also have some stuff about Tron that I do want to talk about, so we'll review that later on. Ethereum is $2,639.60 and it's considered in a downtrend, although we are sort of breaking over here. It's a bit sketchy. We're a little too close to the super trend line. I'm going to leave it neutral for now. I don't want to operate Ethereum today. Let's look at Ripple. It's down 0.20%. Priced at 59 cents, still under that 60-cent mark. We did touch that over here, but we're still considered in a downtrend from here. Kind of neutral though. The market has not been moving a lot. If you see this kind of flat right over here. MACD histogram is in the greens. What does that mean? Is that supposed to make it go further down or something? I would expect this to continue going down. I'm okay with that. Let's review 1 minute time frame. Currently no downswing at the moment. We can use the 59 as a resistance level to put our stop behind. I like this actually. The 59, it could be 60 cents would work fine. So I'll review that later if we do get an entry. Next is Chainlink is up 1.79%, priced at $11.50. I saw that 50 cents. I do like this resistance too if we are in a downtrend, which we are not. Chainlink is still going up from yesterday, still towards the upside, so we should be looking for longs. Do we even have any? Well, I don't like where we are positioned at the moment. I forgot what I wrote down for Ethereum. I'm not going to be doing Ripple. Was Ripple downtrend? I already forgot. No, it's actually, well, 1 minute chart. Yeah, it is in the downtrend. Okay, never mind. Ripple was down, Chainlink was up, but I'm not going to operate Chainlink. It's at a dangerous position for me to operate. I'm going to start being more cautious on my trades at the moment. Litecoin is here. Up 0.09%, barely any movement. Considered in a downtrend in the 15-minute chart, which I can kind of agree with. It has been going down a little. So yeah, we can see if we can find any shorts from here, although it's going to be quite difficult. But we do have a solid resistance level up there. No, nothing at the moment. Priced at $63.82 for Litecoin. Moving on to Cardano, up 1.65%. Price is 37 cents. Headed on the upside. Okay. So Litecoin, I think, was down. Cardano was up. Cardano was up. I clicked on the wrong one. Okay. And do we have any upswings at the moment? Could get one pretty soon. Really soon, actually. Although it's not that solid of movement, is it? I would like to put my stop below this level. Coincided with the previous super trend movement as well. We can definitely break out from here, go upwards. I'm going to prepare a trade for Cardano. Seems solid. Well, never mind. It's going down. Alright, we'll leave it there. Solana is next, 1.11%. It's priced at $144.44. Interesting. And in the 15-minute chart, what do we have? Oh, look what we have here. We didn't enter Solana on this account, but this is exactly what I projected yesterday that I feared would happen, and that did happen. This is the worst case scenario that could possibly happen. Well, that's not what I meant to do. Basically what happened is, you know, trade got executed over here, right? We did not reach our target. We did not go up. We went down instead. So what that did was hit our stop. And the way I had this set up is that once we hit this level over here, a new order will open so that we can reach this target instead if we're going to the downside. But instead of doing that, we went upwards and hit the stop loss again over here. And then we're continuously going upwards now. So stop loss, if you know what I mean. It ruined everything. So that's unfortunate, but it's okay. It wasn't on this account, so we don't have to worry about that. It was on my main account that I was just testing stuff out. It's still in an uptrend for now, Solana, so we look for longs. Do we have any long position? Whoops. Oh, wow. I gave away some of the news. It's currently swinging upwards, and I like that. Let's enter this. Yeah, I'm gonna create long position. I better be quick. Alright, thanks for closing. Let's get a long position open. I'd like to use this super trend line over here because it's still below these lows, and we'll give it some position to move. Or if I want this to be a longer trade, I would have to put it below this level, which I don't know how likely that will be. And it's still going up. Alright, we'll use this level, whatever this was. 144.0838. 144.0838. Why does it always fill it with so many zeros? Putting 5 ticks below this as well, just to give it some extra room. Give this some room up there. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm thinking about it too much. Put some margin in there. With some more leverage. More leverage. What's our balance? 11,500. Yeah, so that's good. 115 risk. We can enter here and we'll be good. There's the entry. Let's go to position. Starting off because of this spread. Very negative. We'll get the open price on here. That's been adjusted, and reward is down here instead, which is a lot better. Copy this and add the take profit here. Also, I do have that analysis thing. Hang on. For Solana, yeah, so they're saying that Solana, it's above an upper Bollinger Band. Configuration is positive, and their target from an analyst point of view is actually 149, and this was at 8 p.m. so about an hour ago. And what happened here? 8 p.m. so yeah, price was over here. It's obviously a lot better than what it was an hour ago, the price, I'm saying. Now it's currently dropping, unfortunately, but my target isn't too far up, and I'm putting my stop below this level over here to give it some room to continue its upward movement. I mean, whatever. They're expecting 149, which is a lot higher. And is this even an intraday? It is an intraday trade. Their pivot point stands at 139.70. Oh yeah, so they're putting like a stop over here actually. 139. It says 139.80 over here. Realistically, it should be 139.70. So there. That's the pivot point they're marking. Oddly enough. Also, I don't understand what their pivot points are based off of. RSI is above 50, MACD is positive, and above signal line configuration is positive. Moreover, the price is trading above both its 20 and 50 moving average period, respectively. And Solana dollar is crossed above its upper Bollinger Band, 143.8. Supports resistances. I'm aiming at 140... What number is this? 145. So the last one is 143, which it just broke through. My stop is 144. That's above that, unfortunately. It's 143.9. So that's, yeah, still pretty close. I'm okay with that. Then they're saying the next resistance is 149, but that's also the target. All right, fair enough. Yeah, I think we've got good expectations for this one still, as long as this just doesn't immediately go down. My trade in Bitcoin went down immediately, and that's something we actually did enter. Matter of fact, I'm going to go review it right now. We go to the 5-minute chart and find this. So here's what happened is we entered, we put a stop over here, and it just immediately went down towards it. We were expecting a target of 62,690, but as of right now, it still has not even reached that level. We've just been going very sideways. We did break under over here to 59,600, 700 almost. Yeah, so this trade was unfortunately a loss. It was a good risk-reward ratio still, worth the risk in my opinion. I do have to write this down as well. How about we break down everything? Starting off with Binance. Let's go check out Binance, which it's also our next coin that we have to review. It's up 3.39%. Price is $585.50, 49 cents. In the 15-minute chart, we have an uptrend. So I'll note that for Binance, we're up. And we lost over here. How did we lose? Oh. Okay, yeah, fair enough. We were getting an upswing. We were in an uptrend. Seems like that was an invalid place to enter. Should have entered down here or something. And from here, it did indeed continue going up. So the trend was correct, but it just didn't enter appropriately, it looks like. Or just unfortunately hit our stop loss first. That's just the main thing, because take profit would have been hit right over here without the stop loss. But if you don't use the stop loss, you got a possibility of liquidating your whole position. What I mean by that is I'm using 1,200, for example, on the trade of Solana with 25 leverage to compensate for the amount of movement that's required for me to get 200 gain or risking 100, right? If I'm not using the stop loss, this goes against me far enough, like 92 it's saying, although it's not actually this amount, it's because I'm on cross margin account instead of isolated margin. That basically means I would lose all the 1,200 instead of me risking just 100. I'd be risking 1,200, which is not what I want to do. But yeah. Alright, cool. So there's that. I have to write it down, don't I? So let's do that. Binance. Okay. I will show my charts over here. Not this chart. Whatever, the Excel spreadsheet. This is Binance. Closed on August 21. I keep mixing up August and April. We opened at 567, closed at 565, and lost $109.80, paying $14 in commission, hitting the stop loss. Okay, we're really down. But I think all of these should get neutral based off of the winning trade that we got in Tron, which actually made us $300, and that's not the kind of rewards I typically go for, but I'll still accept it, it's fine. Also, we're already almost at, this is not trade 100 specifically, but minus 20, that's like 80 trades almost, 90 trades. We're about to hit 100 trades very soon. From here, I do want to, like I said, go back, do some back testing, figure out where to improve my strategy, and from there continue on improving, because so far it's still not bad, right? Can't keep that out of the books, so just got to find a way to improve and then move on from there. You learn from mistakes, that's how it works. I'm just going to write down what happened with not. So, alright, well, this is being odd. Zero. Can it work now? Okay, well, it's being weird. I guess I have to write it down. 0.01075. Copy paste just doesn't work sometimes. Not sure why. See, that one worked perfectly fine. So here we lost $100.04, and that was just a trade that I did myself. Well, this is not right. It's negative, and we hit our stop loss. Let's review NOT. I'll show you the charts over here. We can get rid of this Binance thing. NOT is currently up 0.39%, priced at 1 cent with 0.08 millicents. Here's what happened on our trade. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. We were going really well, and then we just had a demon candle dropping down and hitting us with a stop, but it still would have hit our take profit. Same thing that happened with Binance coin, right? Where it went down a lot, and then suddenly it continued with its normal movement that it was supposed to do, according to the super trend. So the analysis was done correctly. Unfortunately, price did not move in our favor at the beginning, so causing us to hit our stop loss first before we reached our target. Yeah, not much else to say there. I'll try harder next time. No, it really does no control over that. You can't predict where it's going to go. Bitcoin, we've already reviewed the chart. I'll just go ahead and write it down on the Excel spreadsheet as well, now that we're here. BTC USD closed August 21, entered at the price of 60,916, closing it at 60,170. This is a loss for a Bitcoin trade, unfortunately, risking $119.25. Not too much in commission though, $4.38, which is not too bad. Now comes the interesting stuff. Let's review Tron. Tron was our winning trade yesterday, and I don't know why I clicked that. It's fine. TRX, currently up 1.08% today. I feel like I do want to kind of add Tron to my actual portfolio. Just an idea though. So here's what happened with Tron. We followed the analysis that we were given. It was this one, right? 2.5. Really? Well, maybe, yeah. I doubt I risked that much. Regardless, it still went down. And you know what I did with my... I asked you guys to, you know, remind me if, in case I end the stream, to remove the trigger order that I had in case that things went the opposite direction. I think it was something like this, right? Like if this was hit my stop loss, it would execute a new order and go towards the upside. Something like this. So I would have won twice over here. But I remembered to remove that trigger order, and overnight this hit over here and hit the target. So we won over here, which is fine, but we could have won up there as well, which is unfortunate. This is another thing I reviewed on my main account. This is from recently, where not too much is obviously happening. I could go back to check what the analysis tells me for Tron. It's looking bullish intraday, so we're expecting to see a rise to 1584, which is a lot lower now. They reduced their expectations of this. 1584 would be around here, is what they're expecting at the moment. Which, I don't know why. They're changing their mind now. As long as the support is 0.1540, which I kinda have. 0.1540 is like up here, right? So that changes a little bit. And this was their saying, if it goes the other way around, this is your next target to the downside. Now they're changing that to the alternative. Expect 0.1521, which is also up here. So they shifted things up a little bit by the seams of it, right? And their take profit lower, trying to tighten the positions a bit, like converging, compressing it, right? Take profit is moved from up here to down here, and stop loss is moved from like down here somewhere to up here instead. And of course, this trigger order would now have to be there. But I'm going to keep these things the way they are, because I have that set up on my main account's demo account. So we don't touch that. We just leave it there. I mean, I could technically do this now, right? I'll delete this. I'll know what I'm talking about when I'll know what I'm looking for when I go back to my main account, so we don't have to worry about it now. Okay, so that's our target apparently. If I win with this one, I'm adding Tron to our, what do you call this? Portfolio. So they're changing that. We're going long, which I agree with. Super trend is bullish. And target is now, I don't even know if that's the right amount, so let me go back. They're expecting it to reach 1584. Okay, let me grab this 0.1584. So that's your target, which I'll add over here as well. 0.1584. Yes. Delete those little decimals. So that's where we're expecting to go. I do not want to risk too much. I will drop this to here. This is technically going to be a 1-to-1 risk reward. So I'm going to probably just do 1% of the account, which I'm fine with. Anyways, this one, we clearly know what happened, right? Just immediately hit the take profit. That was just perfect. And the low points. Okay. So your resistance should be around the super trend line as well. As long as 0.1540 is the support. Yeah, near the super trend line. We're keeping the stop loss below this, which is a good thing. And if it does drop below that, we can set up a trigger order, which I don't think I really want to do anymore. I'll just accept and cut the losses there because we get new analysis from this like every couple hours. So their opinions change a lot from the analyst point of view, so we'll just leave it there. But if it does drop below this, we're expecting 0.1521 and 1510. So a movement like this, which is shorter, right? If it does indeed like drop fast, you can hit your stop loss. And the idea is, you know, you also open a new trigger order and also make double the profit from this kind of movement if things go south, of course. For now, I'm going to leave it there though. Let's actually enter this instead of talking. So our stop level is this, and our profit level should be this. And let's add some margin, risking 100. Approximately there. Looks good. Let's enter. Okay, we've entered. Go to my positions. Solana is doing horribly. Open price, let me include this over here. There we go. Currently we're risking 1.12, which is not what I want to see. Maybe I should drop this a little more. Or maybe not. Maybe not. We'll leave it there. I'm fine with this. What is going on in Solana? Well, that's too... Yeah, I knew this kind of thing was going to happen. Okay, bit of rejection from there. Hoping things do turn around. Yeah, it's the only expectation we have for now. Let's write down the trade in Tron. Because that's also something I have to write down. And that would compensate for a majority of those losses. So this is TRX. Probably the first time I'd done this. Yeah, TRX USDT. First trade in Tron. Which was very victorious. Closed on August 21. Opened at price 15 cents. Closed it at 15 cents. A couple decimals. Yeah, like that. We made $293.69, paying $5.23 in commission, hitting our take profit. So yeah, that did indeed compensate quite a bit. We went from -900 to -600, which, I mean, yeah, the losses are pretty hard, but one win can compensate for a lot of losses, which is a good thing about this kind of strategy. Asymmetrical risk reward. Alright, let's hope that this gives us green candles all the way up, because I can't afford another loss. Well, I can afford it, but I'd rather not have that to deal with. We skipped Polygonmatic, my bad. It did go up a lot, and what is this? Oh, this is another analysis thing I did as well. We were expecting this to drop, but it just continued going upwards. So that was an L analysis, unfortunately. That was on my main account though, so we do not worry. And that was with actual money too, so that's unfortunate. But it's okay. I only risked less than 1% on the account didn't risk too much. Here, it's currently dropping in the 1 minute chart, but it's still considered in an uptrend in general. Price at 52 cents still. We did reach a high of 53.9, so almost 54 cents. Solid resistance. If I was to short this, if this super trend does flip bearish, I would put a stop below here and profit 2 to 1 wherever that goes. Because we're also like stopped by this Fibonacci level that I have traced here. So that could be the case. I'm getting spam calls. Leave me alone. It's probably that Chinese lady again. That's all we have here. Okay, Polygon, I have to note that is in an uptrend. And our last two coins, Knot and Ton. Knot is in a downtrend. Currently headed downwards too. Can we take advantage of some movements? No, we already missed the chance. So we wait for that. Well, it's currently at 1 cent with 0.07 millicents. Did I not already review Knot? Apparently not. Ton coin, it's up 0.15%, barely anything. Price at $6.53 in a downtrend. Currently shooting downwards as well. That means I lost in Solana, right? Yeah, we did. Tron is down as well a little bit. What was I supposed to be shorting? Well, Ton as well. Yeah, I just got left a voicemail from this Chinese lady, probably. Whatever. I'll review that later. Might even cancel my phone plan at this point. Okay, so yeah, not much we can do here. Our only entry was in Tron at the moment. Do we have any short? Anything that's... Actually, is there anything that coincides with what I've analyzed? So we have info on Polygon, which is bullish. Polygon is indeed bullish. I could probably use that. Okay, I'm gonna check out Polygon. We're dropping a lot here. Well, it's currently down 1%. I don't know if it'll actually be able to continue its up movement, though. Because it was also about to cross the super trend line very soon. Depends on what this... Okay, so here's the analyst analysis. Alright. Let's get the levels drawn out. So, as long as 0.5202 is the support, which is 0.5202... It's actually down here, okay. We can look for a movement of hitting 55 cents, which is another high over here, before we hit this Fibonacci level. Interesting, okay. 0.5575. Wait, what? Oh, that's the maximum movement that it can go. And I don't even know what I just did. Okay, here it is. It just disappeared for some reason. I probably typed in a number wrong. 0.5494 is what their actual target is. Okay, this seems a little better, but it's still almost 55 cents. Alternative scenario is the downside breakout of this would take us to 0.5066. So like down here. 0.5066, like that. Which, I can see that happening. I could do a nice risk-reward entry over here. And if things go south, I'll risk a little bit and I'll risk a lot more on the downside here. That should actually be good, and I'm very interested in doing this. We can do something like that. Right, we're risking 3.65 almost. 3.50 is what I'll assume to risk here. What we do here is enter normally, right? Putting stop loss at the levels that we see here. I'm just gonna copy there, and profit level is this. Put some volume in there. We can risk 100, or yeah, 100. We enter there, and we also make some really good profit if that actually hits. Okay, is that spread? Okay, terrible spread or something. I probably just entered late. See, that just dropped from 3.50 to like 2.50 of a risk reward. It's okay though. This is the other alternative, is if that does not work, we will execute another trade over here. I would say, yeah, something like this, right? This is fine, as long as the movement is not too much. The only thing that I don't need it to do is what happened in Solana, where we hit a stop, execute the order, the trigger order, and then we hit a stop over here as well without hitting our profit levels. That would screw us up. That's only if it stays in the range though, which probabilities of that not really likely. These are breakout levels, so we're expecting to see high volatility once price moves from there on the technical analysis standpoint at least. So that's my idea for now. I'm going to hit the trigger order at 0.519649. Margin, we'll worry about that later. Let's copy the levels. Stop is here. Profit is here. There we go. And add some margin. We can do 150 risk, reward. I'm okay with just 100 actually. 100, 609. Well, this can drop a little bit. Yeah, like that. And there's our short order. Once this triggers, you know, if it actually just goes south like really hard, we'll recover whatever we lost here. The idea is to actually make profit off of this as well, but I'm scared that we might actually stay in a range for a while. So I'll just keep it at a simple 100 because I also don't want to lose more than that. We're in a tight spot right now, so that's why. I'm just trying to be as conservative as I can with the risk. As of right now, okay, Matic is in there. Tron went back to positive, so it seems like the drops have kind of stopped. We just lost, though, so I have to write this down in Solana. Okay, terrible trade on Solana. I'll write it down, and I'll show my Excel. Here we go. Solana, closed today. Let's see, we found open price here. Closing price, 144 as well. With 3 cents, losing 116.30, paying $14 in commission. That's harsh. Stop loss triggered. Fair enough. That's all we have. Okay, let's go back here and we can chill for now and review the news because we do have some news to talk about. So I'll review that with you guys. First things first. Okay. Democratic Nominee Convention 2024, it's still going. Today's the last day, and it's just Palestine stuff and people talking. Not really much else to say here. That skipped a couple of pages for some reason. So, here's where we're at with the forecast. Trump is actually in the lead right now at 53% possibility of winning, and Kamala at 46% possibility of winning, probably because of what she talked about in the Democratic Convention. About the taxes. Well, like she's saying no tax on tips, but then we're going to tax your unrealized gains 25%. Get out of here. Yeah, that's not going to work. So, of course, crypto bros want Trump to win, of course. That's going to boost the crypto market. At least that's what we expect. Beyonce is actually performing at DNC today. Of course, they have to hire people. There was even rumors that maybe Taylor Swift was going to be there. So they have to hire rappers and musicians to attract people to their conventions, it seems like. But whatever, that's besides the point. Beyonce's actually threatening legal action against Trump campaign for using her song called Freedom without permission. I never heard the song, it's probably terrible, but yeah. Don't know if that's ever gonna go through with anything. And yeah, here's possibility of Beyonce. I think she did indeed perform already. I don't even know if it's still ongoing or not, but yeah. This Trump also went to Arizona towards the border, and he unveiled his new border crime policies, which we got a sneak peek of a couple days ago when I shared that with you guys, probably yesterday, I don't remember. So here's what he mentioned. There's going to be a 10-year mandatory minimum sentence for anyone guilty of human smuggling. Okay, that should reduce the amount of that happening, right? People should be getting scared now. There's mandatory life sentence for anyone guilty of child trafficking. So if you're doing it to a child, instead of 10 years, it's going to be life sentence, right? And then you die for sex trafficking, which is a much harsher thing, and death penalty on major drug dealers and traffickers. Okay, I think the key word there is major. Like if you're the kingpin of a drug cartel or something, yeah, maybe that would make sense. But like just a death penalty on, I don't know, somebody selling drugs on the streets. I don't know how to feel about that one. I don't think that that's what they're referring to, though. They're saying major drug dealers and traffickers, people with guns and their little fortresses in South America. Yeah, probably that. Which, that I'm fine with. Whatever, they can do that. Another thing that Trump did is he teased a crypto project, saying, "For too long, the average American has been squeezed by the big banks and financial elites. It's time we take a stand together." Obviously, alluding to crypto in general. That's pretty bullish. Trump is also going to another place in Arizona, Glendale, to have a rally there. And he's bringing a special guest. And that's going to happen tomorrow. So it's pretty easy to know who it's going to be. It's likely going to be Robert F. Kennedy. He's likely going to endorse Trump tomorrow. The reason we're all believing this is because of news I also shared yesterday where his VP running mate of Robert F. Kennedy said that they were likely going to be dropping out of the race and just fully endorsing Trump because they don't want to take away his votes and they don't like the Democrats either. This basically confirms that it will give Trump a roughly 0.5 to 1.5% bump in the polls, right? Then RFK Jr. can campaign and convince other blue voters that it's okay to vote for Trump, which is better for Trump. This is good news. We want Trump to win in general. His reasoning for this is that the Democrat Party abandoned him, so he joins Trump. And he's going to tell you why you should too. And of course, the Democrats really don't like that. But hey, I think it's good regardless. Although, you know, Trump is indeed in danger. He was speaking to a reporter in Arizona, and he was also like trying to speed things up, like, okay, I don't have much time for your questions because we're out in the open and it's dangerous. And I've heard rumors that people at Arizona do not really like Trump. So, whatever. And Alex Jones is actually saying that the deep state will attempt to assassinate Donald Trump again, use that to blame Iran, and then use that to start a World War III, which would kind of make sense, right? I see that kind of outcome actually happening. If Trump gets assassinated again, World War III starts, they blame it on Iran, we're all dead. Anyways, here's got other news, which is also World War III concerning. Of course, it always is with Russia, Ukraine. President Putin says Ukraine tried to attack Russia's nuclear power plants with drones, according to Reuters. We don't even know if that's really true or not, but why would they do that? They're clearly trying to make a mess and get other people involved as well. Russia has always been warning, like, hey, NATO, stop giving Ukraine your stuff to attack us. You're going to cause a World War III. That's always been looming in the background as well. So just nothing to keep in mind. But I doubt this would really escalate. It was trending for a while, but yeah, it's basically gone now, for now. Here's some interesting news about Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro, according to the Supreme Court from Venezuela, is that, yes, he did win the presidential election, so he can close the book, end that chapter, and move on from there, saying, hey guys, I did indeed win the presidential election, which a lot of people still doubt it, but whatever. I guess he wins. Dictators win like that. Anyways, we're going on to crypto news, so here's some quick headlines. Thank you, Cointelegraph. Bitcoin is ripe for short squeeze as bulls pressure the 62K Bitcoin price wall. As I showed you guys the liquidation heat map, it's pretty close to like the 63,000, then it's 66,000, and then it's the 70,000s that we have to cross. Though all those short squeezes will cause the price of Bitcoin to pump tremendously, liquidating billions of shorts, right? So that's what we're all hoping for. Here's some of the news. Partner of XFTX exec hit with campaign finance charges, whatever. Spot Ethereum ETFs, record longest outflow streak amid drawing investments. You can probably tell by now Ethereum has not been moving as much, right? We had the big drop and it's just been flat for this whole time, right? So this is all due to ETFs, right? People are definitely DCAing, but the ETFs, what we mean by that is just grayscale, putting the sell pressure on Ethereum very harshly. Still haven't flipped bearish on the daily chart, but we're about to with those moving averages about to cross the 50, no, sorry, the 100 crossing the 200 moving average. So watch out for that. Grayscale is also launching an investment fund for Avalanche token. Avalanche would be interesting to look at as well. Maybe I can also add that in my portfolio. I'm thinking Avalanche Tron to my portfolio, or if not Avalanche, then Polkadot, but Polkadot really is also lacking. A lot of these projects are lacking at the moment, but still worth to give it a chance. And I kind of did used to like Avalanche. Alright, here's the news about Tron. Why did Tron drop? Because Justin Sun, the CEO of Tron, he withdrew nearly 12,000 Bitcoin, so $750 million, to back the USDD stablecoin on Wednesday. This is the DAO. I think it's USDD is the DAO. USDD stablecoin. Okay, that's not it. Yeah, it's Tron DAO, basically. So that was launched in 2022 as a competitor to Terra Luna, their UST token. Terra Luna was an older project that also had their stablecoin. They were also in the top 4, I think I remember. And yeah, I had a couple of money in there, a lot. And suddenly it just crashed because algorithmically the stablecoin was not able to sustain its value, and it had to keep minting Terra Luna, right? And then burning US Terra, the stablecoin, causing the price to just go converge itself, and both of them bringing them down to like $0. It all just crashed and the project failed. The CEO of that company was just under a lot of trouble. So yeah, that's old history. People fear that Tron might follow in the footsteps, though. And I have another article over here. And he's reassuring, hey guys, do not worry about this. He's reassuring the users that there's nothing to worry about after the Tron DAO reserve removed nearly $750 million worth of Bitcoin that backed the USDD stablecoin. So the idea now is the stablecoin was backed by Bitcoin, which is good, okay? Now the issue is it's going to be an algorithmic stablecoin. It's going to now be backed by Tron's native token, which is the issue that happened with Terra Luna. That's the reason why Terra Luna failed. So now, well, yeah, it's also raising concerns about decentralization of USDD. And yeah, people would rather be a stablecoin be backed by Bitcoin itself rather than to be backed by another token, which is Tron, right? That's the issue that we had, and that's the big reason for the little drop that we experienced. Matic is just flat today. Tron is also neutral. Yeah, that explains this big drop that we were seeing. Although it did kind of come up, right? Came up because of some good news. Well, in general, most of the alts were recovering big time, including Chainlink, including Polygon, including Phantom, and then we got this news from Tron. That's the reason why it dropped. And now we recovered a little bit and we're flat. We're very flat. So I have my levels here in case, hopefully, we break to the upside. And by hopefully, I'm just expecting this to all blow over and Justin Sun to get his way. Remember this guy was also planning to buy all of Germany's Bitcoin to stop the drops from Bitcoin back when they were just mass selling. The German government was selling 50,000 Bitcoin. He was planning to just buy all of that, right? Stop making the people suffer. Stop selling on the spot market. Let's do OTC, over the counter. But no. He's always trying to portray himself as the hero, which I don't know how to feel about it. Let him do his thing. We'll see how it goes. But this algorithmic thing, we already know what happened with Terra Luna. It's not going to work. Let's just hope it goes well, though, because it did work for a while. When it did, it was fine, but I'm not sure how he's going to manage this. I'm hoping he does learn something from Terra Luna, though. That's all I have to say about it. CZ, CEO of Binance. This is the reason Binance has been up 3% today. Not too much, but still. He's out of prison. He's transferred to a hallway house, and he will be fully released in September, which is also just in time for the bull market. September is, of course, just 8 days away. 9 days? 7, 8, 9, 10 days away. Okay, I'm looking at my calendar there. Yeah, 10 days away. September will be very bullish, of course. What do we have in September? Is rate cuts, possibly. A lot of the campaign intensifying of the US presidential elections. This guy's coming back, CZ, and I'm sure there's something else that I'm forgetting right now, but trust me, September will be nice, November will be better, because the actual elections, more rate cuts, etc. Here we have the crypto fear and greed index. You can see over here we were very fearful, right? This was when Bitcoin was like $16,000, $20,000. We're at that same level of fear right now that Bitcoin is $50,000, $60,000. You know what that basically means is that this is the bottom. We're likely to go higher. How much fearful can we get? Like, we'll be extremely fearful if we see these kind of levels down here again, but that's just not likely anymore. From here, this is likely the bottom, and people are scared at these high levels, which is a good thing. From here, we're just expecting to see high increase in movement. I'm expecting at least. So that's bullish news. I don't remember if I covered this yesterday or not, but Biden's administration actually falsely inflated job growth by 818,000 jobs in March 2024. We get non-farm payrolls every month, and it tells us how the economy is doing to decide whether or not we need rate cuts. So, of course, even Jerome Powell was suspecting that something was odd, and that's why it seems like that's the reason why he refused to cut rates for a long time. People were saying, oh, you were supposed to cut rates back in July, which he just didn't do, right? He just skipped that one, and instead, it caused the fear of the recession. But then now we know that these numbers from the economic data were definitely tampered with. So now, he's going to be speaking at Jackson Hole tomorrow, Jerome Powell. And if he doesn't say rate cut, of course, all hell will break loose. But we know for sure that we will be getting a rate cut in September. That's the next FOMC meeting. So we're expecting good stuff from there. The issue now is that, okay, the market already knows and has already taken into account the fact that we will be getting a rate cut in September. If we don't get a rate cut in September, expect a massive drop, but we're likely going to get it, and that's why the market is where it is at the moment. So don't worry about that. Now, the issue is it going to be 25 basis point, or is it going to be a 50 basis point that they're going to be cutting? Is it 25 or 50? If it's 25, that's kind of what we've already expected, but if it's 50, that's going to be a little better. But people don't want that sometimes. They're just saying, okay, it's likely just going to be 25. And also the economy isn't really getting better because the numbers were inflated. So it's likely going to be 25. That's where my money is at, 25. But yeah, we just have to wait and see how that turns out. What are our positions like right now? $4, $4. I've been streaming 48 minutes. Let me check analysis one more time. I want to see if we can find anything better. Also, I'll compare it with my thing here. Oh, wait. Didn't I enter Uniswap yesterday? Or was it on my main? It was probably on my main. It's currently down 1.88%. Price is $6.91. Look at this. Okay. So this is still not a thing. You know what I mean? Like, this has not been executed yet. This trade is still active. It did not hit our stop loss. This is from yesterday's analysis. I was aiming for a target up here or a target over here. I took the longer one because, you know, we've already advanced so much and the resistance level seems to be over here. There is new updates. It's bullish intraday and they're expecting a rebound towards $7.27, $7.15 to $7.27. Which is a lot lower now, actually. I should probably go back and adjust this. So now they're expecting a maximum movement. Wow, the way they change is just incredible. So 727. Whoops. They're expecting price to hit this. Instead of whatever I had drawn up here before. So now the expectations are lower and there's another one at 715. As long as the price is above $6.75. I have this at $6.65. So this is no longer their support. They're now saying it's going to be $6.65. Oh, sorry, $6.75. So right here instead. So they basically lowered everything to something like this, which I will draw out for you. I'll just keep this here. So they're expecting this to happen, pretty much. Either this or this, whatever looks better for you. I would assume this looks better, right? One risk reward 1 to 2. Yeah, so something like this is now what you should be expecting from that kind of analysis. But I mean, my other trade is still running on my main account's demo account. So I don't know, maybe this does go up, but if it does, like their targets, their take profit, whatever it is, it's basically my break-even price because I entered up here. So it's kind of useless in my case, but whatever. I still have this ready in case price does go south. We can expect to see this level, it says, or hold on, 675 breakout. So yeah, this breakout, it will see 655, which is, yeah, pretty much down here, or 643. We're expecting a lower level as well, around over here. Yeah, it's a lot lower. So I don't know why they would call this bullish. They're reducing their targets and making the price go down. Okay, what else do we have that's actually relevant? There was the Bitcoin one that I deleted because it was kind of useless. But they're expecting Bitcoin to rebound bullish to 62,500. Our alternative, it goes down to 59,000, or sorry, 58,230 if it breaks 59,440. That's their Bitcoin analysis. I think that's very macro analysis. It's not something that's going to happen today, I don't think. There's not a lot of volatility these days. But yeah, interesting regardless. I'll keep all this here for no reason. I'm interested to see how Uniswap continues, but I do not plan to use this on my actual portfolio. I know Uniswap is good. It's one of the few decentralized exchanges that are still doing pretty well, but there's other options. There's just so many options for you to choose from that it gets overshadowed by many. I will add Tron to my favorites, and I still have to decide between Polkadot and, yeah, I don't know. Avalanche probably. Here's Avalanche. What do we have on CoinMarketCap? Okay, we have Tron. Okay, Avalanche is the next one after this. Yeah, get out of here. And then it's Polkadot. Comparing the two, I like the price of Avalanche better. They're both terrible in terms of like their all-time high levels, right? But I remember like Avalanche was, in my opinion, very inflated when it did reach like over $100 in its price value. This is back in 2021. Annually, Avalanche is lower year to date, but it's been having better movements. You see, it's been up 12% compared to Polkadot's only been up 1%. Avalanche been up in the 7 days, 31% compared to 10. And in the 30 days, it's down less compared to Polkadot. So I think Avalanche has actually a better chance of performing better than Polkadot, even though Polkadot is wasting a lot of money on having that flame emoji thing going on there. And they're also like further from their all-time high, 91% compared to 82%. Yeah, they're also got, of course, the better market cap, 3 billion more. Yeah, I would go for Avalanche in this case over Polkadot, although I'm really not happy with the performance regardless from both of them. But still, I think it's fine. Yeah, the layer 1 blockchain. Cool. They're also embracing meme coins. At least that's what I heard. So maybe that will help boost its use cases. But for now, yeah. Okay, these are both negative, but we'll have to see how they perform tomorrow. I'm not going to enter anything else for now. We do have this open order, and this time I'm just going to let it ride. And it's for Polygon Matic. How did I set this up again? Oh yeah, so it's been pretty flat. If it does go down, it will be a harder breakout, I'm hoping. And it will hit our profit that way to recover whatever we lost here. If not, better for me. We take a 2.65 risk reward How much are we gaining from this? Risking 103 to make 283, which is very, very good. $3 commission, $2 commission, also really good. Low commissions, larger price movements, better predictability, and a larger time scale. Sometimes. Compared to, I feel like if you're zooming in too much, like in the 1 minute chart, like it's such a 50-50 thing of the price moving up or down. It's like really flipping a coin in this scenario. And lately I've been just losing on a constant losing streak. We did get saved with that one Tron trade, so that's why I'm adding Tron to my portfolio. So yeah, I'll just also add it to my Excel spreadsheet. There we go. Okay, that's all for today. Last look at the Excel I want to show you. We're up 4%, 4%, 5% for this month of August. Like I said in a previous stream, if we do end this month with a 4% rate of return, you know what, that's fine. In general, we're at 14% annual rate of return, which is not too bad either. Yeah, just gotta wait and see how things perform. You could have negative months as well. It's not always going to be perfect. So that's just how trading works, and you have to keep that in mind. Alright, that's all I have for today then. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this kind of content. And might put out a new book tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Alright, thanks for watching guys. Take care.